In the shadow of ancient walls, a love story unfolds that echoes through time, a tale woven with passion, longing, and heart-wrenching tragedy. Pyramus and Thisbe, two star-crossed lovers from rival families, find solace in whispered dreams and secret messages, their hearts beating in sync despite the barriers that separate them. But what happens when fate intervenes with a cruel twist? Imagine the thrill of a stolen glance, the warmth of a secret rendezvous, and the despair that follows a tragic misunderstanding. Can love truly conquer all, or does destiny have a darker plan? Picture the moment when hope turns to despair, as a simple act of fate leads to an irreversible choice. As we delve into their story, keep your mind open. What lessons can we draw from their heartache? How does this ancient tale resonate with our own lives and the choices we make? Each twist and turn reveals the powerful forces of love and jealousy, weaving a fabric of emotions that captivates and compels. Stay tuned, for the journey through the labyrinth of their love will leave you questioning the very nature of sacrifice and the price of passion. Origins of storytelling. The origins of storytelling can be traced back to ancient civilizations, where narratives served not only as entertainment but also as a means of preserving cultural traditions and values. One of the earliest significant works that showcases the art of storytelling is Ovid's Metamorphoses. This epic poem weaves together various myths and legends, illustrating how stories evolve through the ages. As readers delve into the text, they encounter transformations that reflect human experiences, emotions, and the complexities of existence itself. These tales often served as moral lessons, highlighting the consequences of human actions and the interplay between fate and free will. In the context of Metamorphoses, storytelling also becomes a vehicle for exploring deeper philosophical questions. Ovid's narrative style, with its rich imagery and dynamic characters, invites readers to engage with the text on multiple levels. The stories within stories create a layered experience, emphasizing the interconnectedness of human experiences across time and space. This technique not only captivates the audience, but also encourages them to reflect on their own lives and the narratives they construct. Furthermore, the act of storytelling itself is depicted as a transformative process. As characters undergo changes, both physically and emotionally, they mirror the journey of the audience, who navigates through their own interpretations and feelings. Ovid's ability to blend myth with personal reflection lays the groundwork for the storytelling traditions that followed, influencing writers and poets across generations. Another important aspect of storytelling's origins is its role in community bonding. In ancient societies, oral traditions were vital for passing down knowledge, history, and cultural identity. Storytellers held a revered position, as they were responsible for keeping the collective memory alive. This communal aspect of storytelling fosters a sense of belonging among individuals, reinforcing shared values and beliefs. The stories told often contained lessons about love, sacrifice, and the human condition, resonating with audiences through the ages. As we reflect on the origins of storytelling, it becomes clear that it is not merely an art form but a fundamental aspect of human experience. The stories we tell shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By examining works like Ovid's Metamorphoses, we gain insight into the evolution of narrative techniques and the enduring significance of storytelling in human culture. Main characters in the poignant tale of Pyramus and Thisbe. The main characters, Pyramus and Thisbe, serve as archetypes of tragic love. Their story, set in ancient Babylon, unfolds against a backdrop of societal constraints and familial expectations, which ultimately lead to their untimely demise. Pyramus, a handsome and passionate youth, is characterized by his deep devotion to Thisbe. His love is intense, often bordering on obsession, highlighting the depth of his emotions. This passion, however, is also a double-edged sword. as it blinds him to the practicalities of their situation and the dangers that lie ahead. On the other hand, Thisbe is equally compelling, portrayed as a strong-willed and determined young woman. Her love for Pyramus is profound, yet she is also acutely aware of the obstacles that separate them. Thisbe's character reflects the complexities of love. She embodies hope and yearning, yet also vulnerability. Her motivations are driven by a desire for freedom and connection, making her a relatable figure for audiences who have experienced the pangs of forbidden love. The relationship between Pyramus and Thisbe is marked by a deep emotional bond that transcends the physical barriers imposed by their families. Their secret meetings by the wall symbolize their desire to connect, despite the odds stacked against them. This clandestine love affair illustrates the theme of longing and the human need for intimacy. The wall that separates them becomes a powerful metaphor for the societal constraints that inhibit their love, making their characters even more tragic as they strive to overcome these barriers. Moreover, the characters' motivations are intricately tied to the theme of love itself. Pyramus and Thisbe's love is not merely romantic. It embodies the universal struggle against societal norms and familial expectations. Their willingness to defy these constraints for the sake of their love speaks to the power of human emotion. However, this defiance also sets the stage for their tragic fate, underscoring the idea that love, while powerful, can lead to devastating consequences when it clashes with the realities of the world. In summary, Pyramus and Thisbe are not just characters in a story. They represent the timeless struggle of lovers caught in a web of societal pressures. Their complex motivations and the depth of their emotions resonate with audiences, making their tragedy feel personal and poignant. Through their story, we explore themes of love, sacrifice, and the often painful consequences of pursuing one's heart against all odds. Theme of forbidden love. The theme of forbidden love is central to the narrative of Pyramus and Thisbe, encapsulating the struggle between personal desire and societal expectations. Their love story unfolds in a time when family loyalty and societal norms dictate the boundaries of romantic relationships. Pyramus and Thisbe's families are feuding, creating an insurmountable barrier that forbids their union. This tension between love and societal constraints serves as a poignant reminder of how external forces can influence personal relationships. As we delve into the intricacies of their forbidden love, it becomes evident that their feelings for each other are pure and genuine, yet they are constantly thwarted by the circumstances surrounding them. This yearning for connection in the face of adversity amplifies the emotional weight of their story. Their secret meetings and whispered promises symbolize the lengths to which they are willing to go to nurture their love, even when the world around them insists that they cannot be together. The consequences of this forbidden love become increasingly dire as the narrative unfolds. The societal barriers that separate them not only create a sense of urgency, but also introduce elements of tragedy and despair. Their love is portrayed as a force of nature, powerful and unstoppable, yet ultimately doomed by the constraints imposed upon them. This tragic irony underscores the often painful reality that love, while transformative, can also lead to heartache when it is not accepted by the world. Moreover, the theme of forbidden love resonates beyond the confines of the story itself. It speaks to a universal experience that many individuals encounter in their own lives. The longing for acceptance, the desire to defy societal norms, and the struggle to pursue love in the face of opposition are themes that continue to resonate with audiences across cultures and generations. Pyramus and Thisbe's story serves as a reminder of the timeless nature of love and the obstacles that often accompany it. In conclusion, the theme of forbidden love in Pyramus and Thisbe is a powerful exploration of the tension between personal desires and societal expectations. Their tragic fate serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of love that defies the status quo. Through their story, we are reminded of the complexities of love and the challenges that come with pursuing it in a world that often imposes limitations on the heart. Symbolism of the wall that separates Pyramus and Thisbe serves as a potent symbol of the barriers that inhibit their love. This physical divide represents not only the familial conflict that keeps them apart, but also the emotional and societal obstacles they must navigate in their quest for connection. The wall is more than just a structure. It embodies the pain of separation and the longing for unity, reflecting the broader theme of love's challenges in the face of adversity. As the story progresses, the wall becomes a site of both hope and despair. It is here that Pyramus and Thisbe share their deepest feelings, whispering sweet nothings through the cracks. This intimate communication highlights their determination to maintain their bond despite the circumstances that conspire against them. However, the wall also serves as a constant reminder of the reality they cannot escape. Their love is deemed unacceptable by their families, and the wall stands as a testament to this harsh truth. The symbolism of the wall extends beyond physical separation to represent the emotional barriers that often accompany love. Pyramus and Thisbe's relationship is fraught with misunderstandings and miscommunications, which are exacerbated by the very structure that is meant to connect them. The wall thus becomes a metaphor for the challenges of communication in relationships, illustrating how external forces can complicate even the purest of loves. Moreover, the eventual destruction of the wall, following the tragic deaths of Pyramus and Thisbe, symbolizes the futility of their struggle against societal constraints. In their attempt to overcome the barriers, they ultimately meet with tragedy, suggesting that some obstacles may be insurmountable. This reinforces the idea that love, while powerful, is not always enough to bridge the divides imposed by the world. In essence, the wall in Pyramus and Thisbe's story encapsulates the complexities of love, longing, and the barriers that come with it. It serves as a multifaceted symbol, representing both the hope for connection and the pain of separation. Through this powerful imagery, the narrative explores the tensions between love and societal limitations, leaving a lasting impression of the struggles faced by lovers throughout history. Communication and misunderstandings in the tale of Pyramus and Thisbe, one cannot overlook the critical role that communication, or the lack thereof, plays in the unfolding of events. These two lovers, bound by an insurmountable wall, find themselves unable to communicate directly, leading to a series of tragic misunderstandings. The wall, while a physical barrier, also represents the emotional and societal barriers that inhibit open dialogue. Their inability to convey their feelings and intentions not only results in confusion, but ultimately leads to catastrophic consequences. The story illustrates how even the slightest miscommunication can spiral into tragedy. For instance, when Thisbe sees what she believes to be the lifeless body of Pyramus, she is consumed by despair. However, at that moment, Pyramus is still alive, having misunderstood the situation entirely. His decision to take his own life stems from a tragic flaw rooted in his assumption that Thisbe has betrayed him. This pivotal moment underscores the importance of clear communication in relationships. Had they been able to discuss their fears and intentions openly, the tragic outcome could have been avoided. Moreover, the lovers' predicament showcases the sheer power of assumptions. In a world where misunderstandings breed suspicion and doubt, the narrative serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of jumping to conclusions. Pyramus and Thisbe's failure to verify the reality of their circumstances led to their ultimate demise. Their story serves as a reminder that assumptions can be dangerous, and that seeking clarity and understanding should always take precedence over hasty judgments. In contemporary society, the themes of miscommunication are ever relevant. Relationships today still struggle with the same pitfalls that Pyramus and Thisbe faced. The rise of digital communication, while it offers new avenues for connection, also introduces complexities that can exacerbate misunderstandings. Text messages can be misinterpreted, and tone can be lost in translation, leading to conflicts that echo the tragic miscommunications of our ancient lovers. Lastly, the narrative emphasizes the need for empathy in communication. Understanding each other's perspectives can help bridge the gap that misunderstandings create. If Pyramus had taken a moment to consider Thisbe's feelings and the situation, he might have realized that there was a rational explanation for her absence. This lesson resonates deeply in our daily interactions. Taking the time to listen and empathize can prevent misunderstandings from escalating into larger conflicts. The tragic deaths of Pyramus and Thisbe serve as the heart-wrenching climax of their love story. Their demise is not just a narrative device. It is a profound commentary on the consequences of love thwarted by fate and circumstance. When Pyramus finds Thisbe's veil stained with blood, he is overwhelmed with despair, believing that she has met her end at the jaws of a ferocious lion. In a moment of impulsive grief, he chooses to end his own life, thinking he can escape the pain of living without his beloved. This act of desperation is emblematic of the intense emotions that love can inspire. Pyramus's decision reflects the extremes to which love can drive individuals, highlighting the depth of his feelings for Thisbe. However, the tragedy is compounded by the fact that Thisbe, upon returning, finds Pyramus dead. In her grief, she too takes her life, unable to bear the thought of living in a world without him. Their deaths are not merely tragic. They are a powerful reminder of the fragility of human life and the often uncontrollable nature of love. The emotional impact of their deaths resonates deeply within the narrative. Readers are meant to feel the weight of their choices and the senselessness of their loss. The story elicits a profound sense of sorrow, as it illustrates how love, though a beautiful force, can also lead to devastating consequences when intertwined with misunderstanding and fate. The final moments of the lovers serve as a poignant reminder of the volatility of human emotions and the potential for tragedy that lies within passionate love. In examining their deaths, one can also reflect on the societal implications of their tragedy. Their love was already forbidden, marked by familial disapproval and social constraints. The pressure of these external forces intensifies their emotional turmoil, suggesting that love, when faced with societal barriers, can become even more tragic. Their deaths symbolize a rebellion against these constraints, but it is a rebellion that ultimately leads to their undoing. The tale of Pyramus and Thisbe serves as a timeless exploration of love's complexities, particularly the darker aspects of desire and loss. Their tragic end compels readers to reflect on the nature of love itself, questioning how it can bring both immense joy and profound sorrow. As such, the narrative encourages a deeper understanding of the emotional stakes involved in love, and the potential for tragedy that can arise when love is intertwined with misunderstanding and external pressures. Comparison with other tragic love stories. The narrative of Pyramus and Thisbe is often compared to other tragic love stories, most notably Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Both tales share fundamental themes of love that defies societal norms, misunderstandings, and ultimately, tragic outcomes. In both stories, the lovers are separated not only by physical barriers, but also by the expectations and prejudices of their families. This parallel underscores a universal truth about love. It often exists in conflict with external forces that seek to keep lovers apart. In Romeo and Juliet, the titular characters are members of feuding families, and their love becomes a catalyst for rebellion against their family's enmity. Similarly, Pyramus and Thisbe's love is thwarted by the wall that divides them, a physical manifestation of the societal barriers they face. Both stories evoke a sense of helplessness in the face of love's challenges, illustrating how deeply entrenched societal norms can disrupt personal happiness. Moreover, The theme of miscommunication is prevalent in both narratives. In Romeo and Juliet, the failure to deliver a crucial message leads to the tragic demise of both characters. Similarly, Pyramus and Thisbe's misunderstandings stem from their inability to communicate effectively across the wall that separates them. This motif of communication failure serves as a potent reminder of how crucial understanding and dialogue are in relationships, regardless of the era or context. Another striking similarity is the intense emotional stakes involved in both tales. The love shared by Pyramus and Thisbe, much like that of Romeo and Juliet, is portrayed as all-consuming and transcendent. Their willingness to sacrifice their lives for love highlights the profound depth of their feelings. This intensity resonates with audiences, allowing them to connect emotionally with the characters and their tragic fates. Finally, both stories have transcended time, becoming cultural touchstones that explore the complexities of love and sacrifice. They have inspired countless adaptations in literature, film, and theater, each retelling adding layers to the original narratives. This enduring appeal speaks to the universal themes of love, misunderstanding, and tragedy, making Pyramus and Thisbe, along with Romeo and Juliet, timeless examples of love's triumphs and failures. Cultural and artistic influence. The story of Pyramus and Thisbe has left an indelible mark on the cultural and artistic landscape throughout history. Beginning as a tale in Ovid's Metamorphoses, it has inspired countless adaptations in literature, theater, and visual arts. The themes of love and tragedy resonate across cultures, allowing the story to transcend its ancient origins and remain relevant in contemporary discourse. In literature, many writers have drawn upon the narrative to explore themes of forbidden love and tragic fate. The story's influence can be seen in various works, serving as a framework for understanding the complexities of love and loss. Its elements of misunderstanding and the consequences of societal pressures have provided fertile ground for writers seeking to delve into the human experience. The passionate love between Pyramus and Thisbe continues to inspire adaptations that reflect the timeless nature of their story. Theater, too, has embraced the tale, often utilizing its dramatic potential to engage audiences. Productions that reinterpret Pyramus and Thisbe have appeared in various forms, including plays, operas, and musicals. The story's inherent drama and emotional weight make it a compelling choice for theatrical adaptations, allowing actors to explore the depths of their characters' love and despair. These performances breathe new life into the narrative, showcasing its enduring relevance in the world of performing arts. Visual artists have also found inspiration in the tragic tale. Paintings, sculptures, and other forms of visual art have depicted the poignant moments of Pyramus and Thisbe's love story, capturing the essence of their emotional turmoil. Artists often emphasize the themes of separation and longing, reflecting the universal experience of love that transcends time and culture. These artistic representations serve as a reminder of the power of love and the pain of loss, inviting viewers to engage with the narrative on a deeper level. In modern media, the story continues to influence filmmakers and storytellers. Contemporary adaptations often reimagine the characters and settings, while still retaining the core themes of love and tragedy. This adaptability speaks to the story's universal appeal, as it resonates with audiences across generations. The narrative serves as a lens through which to explore the complexities of love, offering a timeless reflection on the human experience. Ultimately, the cultural and artistic influence of Pyramus and Thisbe demonstrates the enduring power of storytelling. Their tale serves as a testament to the ways in which love, misunderstanding, and tragedy can inspire creativity and reflection, shaping the cultural landscape for centuries. As long as stories about love endure, the legacy of Pyramus and Thisbe will continue to inspire and resonate with audiences around the world. Moral message and lessons. The story of Pyramus and Thisbe is rich with moral messages that resonate deeply with readers. At its core, the narrative serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of miscommunication and misunderstanding. The tragic fate of the lovers highlights the importance of open and honest dialogue in relationships. Their inability to communicate effectively led to assumptions and misinterpretations, ultimately resulting in their untimely deaths. This lesson is as relevant influence on culture and art. The story of Pyramus and Thisbe has had a profound impact on various forms of art and literature over the centuries. From its inception in Ovid's Metamorphoses, this tale of forbidden love has inspired countless adaptations and interpretations. The narrative's universal themes of love, loss, and tragedy resonate deeply with audiences, making it a rich source for artistic exploration. Artists and writers have drawn upon the poignant emotions and dramatic circumstances of Pyramus and Thisbe to create works that reflect the complexities of human relationships. In literature, the story has been retold in numerous ways, often serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of miscommunication and societal constraints. Different authors have reimagined the characters, placing them in various contexts while maintaining the core themes of the original narrative. For instance, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet echoes the tragic fate of Pyramus and Thisbe, illustrating how the struggles against societal barriers can lead to devastating outcomes. The influence of this ancient tale can be seen in the way it has shaped the archetype of star-crossed lovers in literature, establishing a template that many subsequent stories would follow. The theater has also embraced the tale of Pyramus and Thisbe, with various adaptations showcasing the emotional depth and dramatic potential of the story. One notable example is its inclusion in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, where the play within a play serves as a humorous yet poignant homage to the original tragedy. The characters' miscommunication and the resulting chaos echo the themes of Ovid's work, emphasizing how misunderstandings can lead to tragic consequences. This playful yet respectful treatment of the original narrative highlights its lasting relevance in theatrical expressions of love and loss. Visual arts have not been left untouched by the allure of Pyramus and Thisbe. Painters, sculptors, and illustrators have depicted scenes from the story, capturing the tragic moments that define the lovers' fate. Artists such as Edward Burne-Jones and Gustave Moreau have created evocative representations that convey the emotional weight of the story. These artworks often emphasize the barriers that separate the lovers, symbolizing the insurmountable obstacles they face. Through visual storytelling, artists expand on the themes of the narrative, inviting viewers to reflect on the nature of love and the pain of separation. In contemporary culture, the story of Pyramus and Thisbe continues to inspire filmmakers, musicians, and other artists. Modern adaptations often explore the timeless themes of love and tragedy within contemporary settings, making the story accessible to new generations. The enduring nature of this tale speaks to its universal appeal, as it resonates with anyone who has experienced love's challenges. As new artistic interpretations emerge, they not only honor the original story but also breathe new life into its themes, ensuring that Pyramus and Thisbe remain relevant in the cultural landscape. Moral message and lessons. The story of Pyramus and Thisbe conveys several moral lessons that are as pertinent today as they were in ancient times. One of the most powerful messages is the importance of communication in relationships. The tragic fate of the lovers is primarily a result of their inability to convey their intentions and feelings clearly. This serves as a stark reminder of how misunderstandings can escalate into dire consequences. In our own lives, the story encourages us to prioritize open dialogue and understanding in our relationships to avoid the pitfalls that Pyramus and Thisbe faced. Another significant lesson from the tale is the impact of societal constraints on love. The lovers are kept apart by familial expectations and societal norms, which ultimately lead to their demise. This aspect of the story invites reflection on how external pressures can influence personal relationships. It challenges us to consider the ways in which societal expectations shape our decisions and the potential dangers of allowing such pressures to dictate our actions. Pyramus and Thisbe remind us to evaluate our values and priorities when it comes to love, urging us to seek authentic connections despite external challenges. The theme of sacrifice also emerges prominently in the narrative. Both Pyramus and Thisbe are willing to risk everything for their love, culminating in tragic decisions that lead to their deaths. This element of the story raises questions about the nature of sacrifice in love. It prompts us to consider what we are willing to give up for those we care about and whether such sacrifices are always justified. The tale encourages a deeper exploration of the balance between love and self-preservation, highlighting that while love can inspire great acts of devotion, it should not come at the expense of one's own well-being. Additionally, the story serves as a cautionary tale about impulsive actions driven by intense emotions. Pyramus' hasty decision to take his own life upon finding Thisbe's supposed death illustrates how grief and despair can cloud judgment. This lesson resonates in our modern context, where emotional responses can lead to regrettable choices. Pyramus and Thisbe encourage us to pause and reflect before acting in moments of intense emotion, reminding us that decisions made in haste can have irreversible consequences. Ultimately, the moral lessons embedded within the story of Pyramus and Thisbe invite readers and audiences to engage in self-reflection. The narrative encourages us to consider our own relationships, the societal influences at play, and the importance of communication. As we navigate the complexities of love and loss, the story serves as a timeless guide, urging us to learn from the mistakes of its tragic protagonists. Through this lens, Pyramus and Thisbe become more than just characters in a tale. They transform into symbols of the enduring human experience. Reception and interpretation over time. The reception and interpretation of the story of Pyramus and Thisbe have evolved significantly over the centuries, reflecting changes in societal values, artistic trends, and cultural contexts. When first introduced in Ovid's Metamorphoses, the tale was a poignant illustration of the power of love and the tragedy of miscommunication. However, as time went on, interpretations began to shift based on the prevailing attitudes toward love, fate, and individual agency. What was once viewed primarily as a tragic love story has been recontextualized in various ways, allowing it to resonate with different audiences. During the Renaissance, for instance, the story gained renewed interest as artists and writers sought inspiration from classical works. This period saw a resurgence of interest in human emotion and individual experience, leading to a more nuanced interpretation of Pyramus and Thisbe. They were often portrayed as archetypes of romantic love, embodying the struggles and sacrifices associated with deep emotional connections. This shift in focus highlighted the complexities of love and the personal sacrifices made in its name, reflecting the Renaissance's emphasis on humanism and individual agency. As the centuries progressed, the tale continued to be reinterpreted in light of changing social norms. In the 19th century, Romanticism brought a heightened sensitivity to emotional depth and the struggles of the individual against societal constraints. Pyramus and Thisbe were often seen as tragic heroes, representing the conflict between personal desire and societal expectations. This interpretation resonated with a growing emphasis on individualism, allowing audiences to empathize more deeply with the lover's plight. The tale became a vehicle for exploring themes of passion, identity, and the often painful consequences of pursuing love against the odds. In contemporary culture, the story is frequently revisited and reimagined through various artistic mediums, including film, theater, and literature. Modern adaptations often explore the themes of love and tragedy in the context of contemporary issues such as identity, belonging, and societal pressures. filmmakers and playwrights have taken creative liberties with the narrative, infusing it with modern sensibilities while retaining its core elements. This ongoing reinterpretation speaks to the story's enduring relevance, showcasing how its themes can be adapted to resonate with the experiences and challenges faced by contemporary audiences. Moreover, the reception of Pyramus and Thisbe in today's society is often marked by discussions around the implications of love, sacrifice, and the consequences of societal expectations. The tale serves as a springboard for conversations about the nature of relationships, the importance of communication, and the impact of cultural norms on personal choices. As society continues to evolve, the story of Pyramus and Thisbe remains a powerful reminder of the timeless struggles associated with love, making it a subject of ongoing exploration in both academic and artistic circles. As we reflect on the tragic love of Pyramus and Thisbe, we're reminded that true love often faces insurmountable obstacles. Their story, a powerful tale of passion and misunderstanding, teaches us that communication is vital in any relationship. Imagine if they had simply spoken. Would their fate have been different? But their love transcends their tragic ending, echoing through the ages as a poignant reminder of the consequences of silence and miscommunication. It raises important questions. How do we express our feelings in a world filled with distractions? Are we brave enough to confront our fears for the sake of love? As we dive deeper into the rich tapestry of Greek mythology, stories like Pyramus and Thisbe serve as timeless lessons. They remind us of the fragility of life and love, urging us to cherish every moment. So, what can we learn from their heart-wrenching tale? How can we apply these lessons in our own lives today? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about their tragic fate? Have you ever experienced a love that felt forbidden? Stay tuned for more captivating stories from the world of Greek mythology, where every tale has a lesson to teach and a heart to touch.